Hello everybody, welcome to Distilled Brew and Reviewed. My name is John. Today we're going to do a rye, kind of a special one to me, because I had a cigar rye, cigar blend, all right? Now, there's a lot of cigar blend bourbons, cigar blend ryes. That is a term that has no legal definition, okay? You could call it anything a cigar blend. There's no definition to them. It's a quote-unquote fake term. What a lot of people think it means is maybe that the bourbon was blended to bring out notes of tobacco or was finished in some type of tobacco barrel. But it has, most of the ones I've had are actually finished in Amburana. And for some reason they call that a cigar blend. I do love Amburana finishes, but it has nothing to do with cigar. There was one, all right? There was one that they took some bourbon, or some rye, I'm sorry, took a fresh barrel after the rye was done, was finished, pumped Kentucky tobacco smoke into it, just pumped it in until that wood absorbed that smoke, that brand new lightly charred barrel. Did it lightly charred so that it would be absorb a lot of that flavor. Put out a cigar blend that I thought was fantastic. Best one I ever had, actually, because it actually had beautiful smell and taste of the tobacco, and it was a perfect blend. And it wasn't like when you smoke a cigar and have some whiskey, which sometimes that cigar really could kind of mess up your palate. You don't get as much whiskey. This, because it was smoked in there, much like they would blow smoke, peat smoke over scotch, just didn't hide the flavors of the whiskey. It just kind of enhanced it. Well, the FDA shut them down, wouldn't let them do it. They didn't shut down Distillery, but they said they couldn't make it anymore because they found some nicotine transferred into the whiskey. Said they couldn't do it. Didn't make them pull everything, but they told them they couldn't make it anymore. Now, I confirmed this today when I saw this at a store. I was looking for something else and came across this Buzzard Roost. I have a friend who works there, and I called him up, and he said yes. And a lot of this stuff is getting very hard to get. They're shipping it from other parts of the country back to Kentucky because they'll do that a lot with stuff because Kentucky, it'll sell, all right? May not sell in different parts of the country, small little areas where bourbon isn't as big and prominent as it is in Kentucky. So the store then told me, yeah, we just got 2 cases in. We were sold out. So this is getting very, very hard to find. Buzzard Roost, straight rye whiskey, cigar rye, batch number 3, 52.5% alcohol, 105 proof. Take a peek at it. There it is. Now, they don't make their own stuff. Buzzard Roost. They buy MGP, and then they have some proprietary barrels. There's another one back here I'm going to do in the future, and they're really big on these second maturations. Well, they've done a hell of a job with this, and I feel fortunate. Matter of fact, how fortunate do I feel to find this? I bought 2 of them. I bought 2 of them, man, because when this is gone, it's gone, and I guess 2's enough, but it's going to have to be. But I got that back up, man. I just got home. I'm so excited to share this with you. Cracked it. So let's go over it. I'm going to pour a little more. And, oh, it's not the one out, but it's the one out. Get into it. Get into it. This started actually in 2019. They have a bottling plant in Bardstown. They have a showroom and a little distillery, I think a little distillery and some stuff, about the 500 block of West Main Street in Louisville. And they have a little shop in there. Oh, man. So you got the rye, and it's kind of like the smell is like a sweet and savory, kind of like Asian dish, it reminds me of, where it's kind of hot and sweet at the same time. It's like sweet and savory on the smell. It's kind of unique. The spiciness of this nose and the sweetness is coming from, of course, the Mashbill and the rye and the corn and everything that's in there in the initial barrel. But that savoriness is that tobacco smoke, Kentucky tobacco smoke that they blew in and just saturated the inside of these barrels with this. Oh, man, and it's just a great, great mixture. It's my favorite cigar blend. So I hadn't had it in a long time. I had some right before this just to kind of remind my palate. Now I'm drinking it again. I'm telling you, it's sweet and spicy, and that tobacco is a savory. It's a word I don't generally use necessarily, because what does that mean? But it's not just like leaves and woodsy and leathery. It's actually got that, especially on the finish, that tobacco. But it's definitely tobacco. I mean, you could taste it's tobacco. It's like a fresh, delicious tobacco. But it's not overpowering. See, it just kind of marries within and just adds another flavor to the whiskey. But as you finish it, the tobacco really comes through. On the initial smell and flavor, it's kind of married in there. Way different than if you smoked a cigar with this. Way different. Really reminds me of how they blow peat smoke over barley for Scotch. And they just blow that smoke in there and it saturates it, depending on how much level that you want of the smoke, the peat. But this, they really got that tobacco in that barrel, and it really imparted a really good flavor. I know I'm excited about this. That's all I'm gonna say about it. That sweet, that spicy, that savory, that tobacco finish, the way it blends into the flavor, it's really good. If you can find this, grab it. It's going away. All right. They're not allowed to make it anymore, actually. There's none at the distillery. All right. I happened to found this at a store here. I was looking for something completely different. Saw it on the shelf, couldn't believe it. Called my buddy at the distillery to confirm the story I told you. He said, yeah, 100%. And so if you find it, the Buzzard's Roost Cigar Blend, put you on a mission to find that and have a shot. You can have something cool. You can have something cool not only because it's good and delicious, but I would tell you to get it anyway because of that. But the fact that they're not making it anymore. All right. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you've had it, let me know. And the water, you put water in it, and do it this time. I've had this before. Just it brings out the tobacco smoke even a little more. But it's a great marriage. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for being here. Don't forget the sub.